Good morning, troublemakers. Happy Friday, July 1st, first day of the second half of the year. Everybody's gearing up to get on 4th of July. Kyle's making sure we know his name on his name tag. We're talking about buying gas from your car and an EV Intel report.
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know who I
Got a couple more things to talk about, too.
Yeah, there's like, he's like, we're doing these 3 things, also these 8.
Yeah, well, listen, there have been some heavy topics this week, so we were thinking like, we're going to keep it lighter and fun, but still you're going to learn something today because that is always a requisite when you are in this ecosystem. We can have fun, but we got to learn something.
There you go.
You already know this. You're not going to learn this, but ASOTUCon tickets are launching Tuesday. Tuesday. Like we are like days away. This is the last
days away.
Oh, so if you haven't already and you want an opportunity to buy a ticket to ASOTUCon, you have to be on the pre-register list at ASOTUCon.com. If you're a dealer, you have a little bit more latitude because we have a lot more dealer tickets available. If you're an industry partner and you're not a collaborator / sponsor of the event, we only have 50 tickets. That's it. 50 tickets.
Someone asked me yesterday, they were like, that's it?
That's it.
I was like, yeah. So
for real, that's it. For real, that's it.
Wow.
So, how many people are on the pre-reg list right now? Do you think?
Like over 150.
Okay, so get yourself on the pre-reg list. You have
like
a really good shot.
Dealers, 50% industry partners. So if you take the 50% industry partners, and
there are more people
50,
that want tickets than tickets. So
yes.
Get on the list. We'll let you know if you can buy a ticket if you're an industry partner. But you got to be on that list because there's not going to be anything else. Oh, we haven't talked about this a lot. Well, you haven't seen anything really about ASOTUCon online much as far as tickets because we're not telling anybody that isn't in this community. If you're not listening to the podcast or getting the email, you have no idea when tickets are going on sale. And if you're not in there, then you didn't hear me say that. So it doesn't matter. But we wanted to keep that community small to give our people the best chance of getting the tickets first. And if you have the POAP from the year-end extravaganza, if you have that, we are guaranteeing a ticket spot for you. So if you don't know what that means, then it doesn't matter. But if you know what that means, it's because you have one. It's an NFT that we issued on our last year's event. And if you have it, we're giving you the first in line privileges. So that's good. Go. Next week, man, we have a lot of announcements next week. Speakers and collaborators. And man, we've been just going bonkers. And a slew of content is about to come your way from all the speakers and guests and thought leaders. And it's going to be a crazy 75 days.
It's going to be nuts. Like everything's going to start once we hit the tickets on sale, it's going to be like all of this stuff that you're just going to see and get excited for. And if you're coming or not coming, you're just going to get the benefit of getting so many wonderful thoughts across the industry, outside of the industry. And can't wait to share it all with you.
Yeah, man, it's been so much fun to work on this. If you don't realize this, like our hands are in the dirt on this every day. Like we're writing copy for the site, getting pictures. Kyle's back there learning how to code on Webflow to do all the fancy stuff that our designer, who happens to be a very high-end designer, he made all these fancy, beautiful looking things. And Kyle's like,
he threw down the gauntlet. He was like, here's some cool stuff that I think should happen. And I was like,
it's amazing how the simpler and cleaner it looks, the harder it is to code.
Absolutely.
It's easy to make it jumbled and ugly. Very easy. I mean, just go look at the internet. There's a lot.
Look at websites.
Just look at the internet. So it's 4th of July weekend. That means a lot of things for different people. Some people are open on the 4th. Some people are closed on the 4th. A lot of people are moving around the country. And I wish I should have pulled a picture of this up. But 4th of July last year was when Kyle's family and my family got together at Glenn Lundy's house in his 4th of July party. We all met each other for the first time. And we really had the conversation, like, do we want to, can our families be compatible in business together? It was really, which was basically, we need to make sure our wives like
our wives are like, is the thumbs up part is like, yep, they're good. Okay. Sounds good.
Our wives feel good about this. Okay. Then we're good. We're good. We're going. And so, dude, that was a year ago. A lot has happened.
It's a lot has happened in a year. We've flexed, we've moved, we've changed. Things in the industry have, I feel like, been completely shaken up in a year. Things in business have been completely shaken up, and it's been a fun journey. We were talking yesterday. I can't wait to see what July 1st 2023 looks like from a business landscape, auto retail, ASOTU, all of those things.
I think it's going to be that picture, you know, like when you and I are in Times Square and like ASOTU is on the big screen in the back.
Let's
Right.
do it.
Let's just throw that out there. Let's throw
it out there. Put it in the world.
We're going to manifest it. There you go, Dave Meltzer. Like now that we've said it, we actually, our brains will subconsciously focus on that. All right, let's get into some news. Like we said, we got some lighter stories. We're going to talk about a few tech things. Then we're going to give a little bit of an EV summary, a mid-year EV summary. And I think that one's going to be a lot of fun. But first and foremost, man, Apple Car is going to allow us to buy gas in our vehicle, like from the vehicle.
Okay.
Granted, you still have to get out of the vehicle.
That's the whole thing. It's like, just what's the point? Is it like, okay,
I know
so
the
now
point.
I can.
Okay.
You got to walk me through this. I read it and I'm like, why does this make my life easier?
This is going to be exercise in self-awareness for Kyle, because Kyle gets really angry when someone doesn't accept Apple Pay.
Bingo.
Instead, he has to reach all the way into his wallet and put the card in the chip, right? Actually, he gets upset because now he actually has to bring his phone. He can't just put his wrist up to the thing. So I think people like Kyle will be really upset in the future if they actually have to hold their watch up to the thing to buy gas. Because we're lazy as people, right? We just want it easy. So here's the deal. Apple CarPlay, that's going to be the revamped edition, is going to be released, is going to allow you and sync up with certain gas stations and providers that are synced up with this system, that you can navigate to a gas station, pay for the gas when you're in your car, just pull up to the pump and then start pumping. Jack Barger, the senior vice president of, what company is he with? Oh, Dallas-based Sinclair. They operate 1,600 gas pumps. He says, we're excited by the idea that consumers can navigate to a Sinclair station and purchase fuel from their vehicle navigation screen. So, I mean, it's a big marketplace. I think everyone's got to buy gas. I'm excited to just have one less little reason to look at how much gas is a gallon when I'm standing there.
Right. I wonder if it's something like, you know, is it like because for me, the use is like how simple, right? If I can Apple Pay on the actual pump, like I have to get out, remove the pump, put it in there, right?
Yep.
So if I can Apple Pay there, it's just as fast. I'm wondering if there's like a geolocation thing where it's like, you just entered gas station. Do you want to allow gas?
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yes. What pump are you on? They list the pump numbers on the screen, pump 3, and then that like activates that pump so that you cool. Quickly like, you know, and what type of, like, it's like 3 questions as you're pulling in. So by the time you're ready to unbuckle, you've answered the 3 questions on the screen, right?
Well,
I don't know.
The next step is, would you like some coffee and a donut?
Someone walks out.
No, for real though. Like if you're a gas station, right, and you know your margin isn't on gas,
that's what
right. How can you integrate that so you can have food walked out to the car? How you can just walk in and pick something up? Like it's a good step, right? It's not going to solve any massive problem right now, but I think just the sheer integration of it is, you know, for in the beginning it'll be bragging rights, but eventually it'll be utility. You know,
it will be utility.
Think of Apple Pay,
and I'll be mad if I have to step out and use my watch.
I gotta raise my arm up this high. Come on,
unbelievable!
What is the world coming to? Speaking of being completely spoiled,
stop. Segue time.
That's a perfect segue. That's unbelievable.
Now, you know, people get upset when like, what do you mean there's no Wi-Fi on this airplane? I'm going through the atmosphere at 40,000 feet and 600 miles an hour. What do you mean I can't check my messages? What do you mean I can't surf the internet? Right? That's a thing now.
Like
that's
a lesson in patience is always like, you can see it. Like everybody gets to 10,000 feet and it's like, whoosh, right? And then this is the one that I love, when the Wi-Fi isn't working on Delta, because it's always Delta. And then all of a sudden, like a minute later, after everyone's tried canceling 5 times, you see everyone doing this number.
Yeah, right. Is it just me? Is it just me? Right. That's how you can tell. It's like the prairie dog's head start popping up. Right. Going back down. Well, maybe some relief is in sight. SpaceX's Starlink was just approved by the FCC to use their satellite internet service on commercial flights. I looked it up because it didn't say in the Wall Street Journal article that I linked up. I was like, how fast is Starlink on an airplane? Well, I found an older article where Elon Musk says could be as fast as 0.5 gigabyte per second. So that's pretty fast. So this will apparently clear the way for getting higher speed internet service download and upload on airlines. There are a couple little contingencies in there, meaning they had to make appropriation for 5G signal bands and say, like, look, if there's interference, then we just have to deal with it. From the Starlink just has to deal with it. And yeah, so there's some competitors that I never heard of. Visat, have you heard of them? Visaat?
No, not at all.
But apparently they got like this. They've been in the satellite business for a while, but no one knows about them because I guess they're not Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. So
all the TikTok influencers are pumped. Right? They're like, I can do videos in the
oh
air.
Man, it's like, does this mean I'm gonna have a live streamer next to me on the plane?
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, Kyle. Let's be honest. The reality is, does this mean some poor soul sitting next to us in coach is going to have to sit and listen to an episode of the Automotive Troublemaker?
Unfortunately, what's going to happen is we're going to be A and C, and they're going to be B, and we're going to be like, hey, do you want to be on the show today?
We're like, hey, could you hold this Roadcaster and just hit this button when we're ready to go? Thank you so much. So I don't know if this is going to mean live streams from the air, but I'm pretty sure it means life in the air is going to get faster. I don't know. I'm the kind of person that doesn't usually get internet service on the flight because that's one of the few places
where
in my life
can lock down, read a book, listen to music, ideate on a remarkable. Y'all can pay for that message if you want. No, I'm just messing.
No, but for real though, the Remarkable tablet. Let's talk about Remarkable for a second. The Remarkable
There's
tablet.
Only 3 times in the world that a Remarkable tablet actually works really well. Just so everyone knows.
Okay, I'm curious what your 3 are. I know we're aligned on the first one.
Right. The first one is airplane travel.
Yep.
The second one is conference notes because like carrying around a backpack is not worth it, and I've done that a couple times. Right.
Yep, that's a good one.
And the third one is when your Wi-Fi goes down in your building and you still have to get work done and you want to remember it later and you don't have paper. You pull out the Remarkable. Right? That's about it.
The first 2 are definites for me. The third one is a good one. But the third one is when you just want to keep your kids busy for a minute. And I'm not talking little kids. Don't give it to a little kid. Don't give it to a little kid. The kid's got to be like 10 or older because it's not durable like an iPad. So, but all that to say, internet will be fast. I'm still going to be longing. I'm an old soul. I'm going to be longing for just give me a book, give me a rest. I'm not a movie watcher on planes. The experience sucks. So I don't know. But there you go. Starlink's coming. Okay, this last article, we saved the more substantive one for the end today. Automotive News just released what I think is a fantastic summary of OEM's electrification plans through the year. Kyle, through the year 2030, right? I was like, man, they just knew our favorite year and they did that. So here, let's give you a quick rundown of the summary and then we'll jam on a little bit. So here it goes. We'll summarize it for you if you don't have time to read the whole thing. So Cadillac and Buick, first of all, Ford plans on being the number 2 EV producer by 2026, only behind Tesla. Let's go back and forth.
I think they can get there. That's strong, but I really think they can get there.
I think so too. I mean, I'm trying to think who they have to lap. I should have looked that up. Who do they have to lap? Well, pass to get to number 2.
Global EV producer, luxury producer, that's going to be probably quickly overtaken. But the global EV producer,
we're talking about total units.
Yeah, I mean, just because their capacity for creating new vehicles, and I think Ford is pressing into it quickest. Our friend Damon, though, asked a hard question yesterday. He's like, are consumers ready for it? Are banks ready for it?
The banking question that he asked. I don't know if we can talk about it right now.
That blew my mind, right?
Now that we said he's the one that asked it, we'll figure that out. We'll tell you about that. Next in line, Cadillac and Buick will be GM's first all EV brands by 2035. They gave themselves a little more time, but they said they're going all EV.
I can see that happening. That's
realistic.
13 years from now?
That feels realistic.
Very realistic.
Hyundai, Kia, Genesis will have 31 EV models by 2027. That's ambitious.
I don't know because they've actually done a lot of that work already. So like transitioning that into other vehicles, like they already have, like I would say that they're one of those that are moving into that space quicker. So,
Yep. Okay. Volvo 100% electric, or I'm sorry, VW says half of their sales globally will be EV by 2030 and 100% by 2040. I like the fact that they were like 50 by 2030, and then we'll get to the rest of the way.
And then it's like 2040, and nobody's going to know anybody in this office by then.
Let's talk about what I'm going to be doing when I'm 2040 for a second. So what, in 2040, I'll be 61, I think, or 62. And my plan
You're like,
is,
I better be feet up on a beach and not need
no,
an EV,
no,
right?
no. I'm not that guy. That's if I do that, about 30 seconds later, I'll probably just die. I don't know if I'm going to be as ripped as Brian Benstock when I turn 60, but I can tell you I'll probably be in some way traveling. Also, when I'm at home relaxing, surrounded by kids somehow, like mentoring kids or having some foster kids. But one thing's going to be certain. I'm going to be that 60-year-old dude that always has the flat brim on.
There it is.
I
like
love Russell,
that. Yeah.
Russell Simmons, look it up. Like he's kind of my like
Spirit
over the
animal
horizon.
at 60.
Yeah,
right,
at 60. Yeah. We'll go with that. Spirit animal. Volvo is saying they're going to be 100% electric by 2030.
Ambitious.
Ambitious, but Volvo's got a lot of control over the brand.
No trucks.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And they're already, I mean, Volvo seems like it's a great moment for the rebirth of Volvo to become like super relevant. Like it's a good move. Honda's going for 30 by 2030. So I like that. 30 by 2030. We'll go. It's a nice, it's very Honda.
Like
it's a Honda kind of thing.
Very Honda thing. Right. Yeah.
I think one of the most interesting ones to me is this, that Toyota is taking the most measured approach by saying they're going to offer a hybrid version of all of their vehicles until their customers are ready for a full transition, which is very Toyota.
You know what? Toyota has been just like, I feel like they're steady right now, right? There's a lot of good around Toyota's smart path. Like I feel like dealers are enjoying the collaboration there. I think they have the customer in mind from a relevancy perspective with this hybrid EV transition. I'm just, they continue to do right, I feel like.
I think so too. I mean, they had the first hybrid 20 years ago. Think about that, man. Like for real, 20 years ago, they are working, which I didn't realize, but on a lot of hydrogen fuel cell technology still in heavy trucks right in Kentucky in their plant. And they're pouring a lot of resources into, I hadn't heard about this either, solid state battery technology, which they're hoping will leapfrog current lithium ion battery technology. So if you can bet on one thing, Toyota is going to understand the consumer need, and they're also going to be very disciplined in their approach and very, very tactical and strategic at the same time. So
disciplined, tactical, strategic. I feel like that is Toyota to a T.
It is. It is to a T. No pun intended.
Got him. Got him.
So really our takeaway for this is like, a lot of people say a lot of things. People are doing some things. What is the actual reality in between? Because man, it is hard to separate hype and demand right now.
Yes.
Right. It feels like everyone wants an EV, but when you actually get down to it, everyone doesn't want an EV. Everyone thinks it's cool to want an EV. All right. We have a couple guests to bring into the show because we had to save this to the end. We were gonna try to hold this, and I was like, this is not gonna work. Oh, we have a cat.
I'm like, things are flying at my screen.
You might not know this, but it is Kyle Mountseer's birthday today. Let's give him the birthday song. Oh, so we have some people and some guests. The studio's full of people. People are waiting to get in because we can only apparently let 12 in. I didn't know that. So I don't know. Just feel free to jump in. We got all kinds of people on the show right now. If you're just listening, you don't watch it. You're not watching. We got Brian Kramer, David Long, Brian Pascal, Scott Risley, Jared Kilway, Casey Goodnight. We have a cow. Literally, there's someone in the live stream.
Who's the cow?
With a cow helmet on, and it says cow as their profile. Grace Scott's here. Ben Hadley. Thanks, man, for helping me organize this. All right. Hey, the show is yours. Let's say some happy birthday well wishes to Kyle, or just razz him because it's so much more fun.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Guys,
Happy
thank
birthday.
you so much for jumping in. It does my heart good today to see all of your faces. And I'll tell you what, there is just this constant in this industry that never ceases to amaze me about how tight-knit and how much of like a brother sisterhood it is. And whether it's a clubhouse room or an event or a live stream, everybody just shows up for each other. And so thank you. Thank you to everyone for doing this. It's a big deal for me. So thank you.
Think about it, Kyle. You're so old that you're going to be able to sit there and go, I remember before they had solid state EV batteries.
So true. That was so true. That's Brian Kramer. Just so you know, again, if you're listening, we got people on the East Coast. There are some West Coasters that are up this early and on a live stream to wish Kyle. Come on, we need a big reveal. Who's in the cow hat?
That's Bob Lanham.
No.
Yes.
That's his avatar.
You can tell the background.
Hey,
That's Bob's VR goggle headset. And in the metaverse, you can just look for him.
Guys,
He's the
I
cow.
just showed you the new Oculus coming out in the next year.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
guys, we got a crew too. There's so many people that are texting me they can't get in right now and they want to wish you a happy birthday, Kyle.
All right, let's
Oh,
do
man.
this then. Let's do this. If you said your happy birthdays, we love you. If you could log out of the stream and we'll let some more people come in here for a couple minutes because we have All Things Used Cars coming up in just 8 minutes on
Here's
Clubhouse.
Happy birthday, Kyle Mount Sire.
Oh boy. Thank you, Cal. Appreciate it.
Kyle, happy birthday, buddy. I wanted to get on and say happy birthday.
Thanks, Gray. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, thanks for getting up early, man.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we got Tim. We got
Oh,
whoa, we got all the people. Look, we got Tim Cox. We got
Kyle,
everyone all the way from across the world.
Are we singing? Yes, from Jerusalem, man. Happy birthday.
Ronzin from Jerusalem. I don't know. Are you singing? Because I don't think we are singing.
I don't know. I mean,
we might, but he's such a good baritone. Maybe he'll just take it away.
no, not a good idea. Not a good idea.
Oh man.
Hey, everybody.
Yes. Ben.
Samantha
Happy
Foster
birthday.
dropped
Happy
in. Liza
birthday.
Borges.
Oh,
This
man.
is almost an extravaganza.
100 times to say happy birthday on this thing. Kyle,
Oh man.
Ben kept saying, just refresh, Samantha. Just refresh.
We broke the internet with Kyle's birthday today, or at least broke.
I didn't
streaming.
realize we were going to break the internet. My bad.
Liza, you were going to say
Yeah.
something. You're driving. No, you're not. You're parked. Good for you.
Actually stopped driving.
Colton,
I
great.
stopped driving. I was dropping my daughter off at soccer camp thinking of Kyle. She wants to follow in his footsteps on the soccer field. But
Yes. Yes.
today is isn't it the first day of the second half of 2022?
It sure is.
That is
And
correct.
Kyle gets to lead us off with a bang.
I love it.
Oh man.
Happy birthday.
You know what's nuts is if you don't know, make sure and say happy birthday to Eric Hall as well. It's his birthday too, so we share that. If you
Oh
know
yeah,
Eric,
happy birthday.
Let's get him.
make sure you do that. Colton,
Happy
just
birthday, Kyle.
Oh, thank you so much for showing up. One of my buddies, and I can't wait to see. I feel like we've gotten to see each other more in the last year, which is really exciting. So it's
Pretty great.
we'll see each other again.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a mess!
Tim Cox, what's going on? What are you up to?
Happy birthday.
Oh my gosh.
to you.
Don't you do that
just
breath?
getting
in there.
awkward.
Don't you Dolly Parton me. You're not from Tennessee.
getting awkward in
Dolly
here.
Parton, that was supposed to be Marilyn Monroe.
Sorry, not
Kidding.
Dolly Parton. Yeah.
Good Lord.
I
Sorry.
didn't know
Other
Tim
one,
had
yeah,
such good
I mean-
falsetto. Wow.
Kyle, how many
W,
years
what up,
is this?
sir?
What's
Man
up, buddy?
alive.
How many years?
How many years
many-
old? 35. Right.
35.
Right.
Spring
35.
chicken.
Yes,
There you
I'm a
go.
youngin.
Yeah, I heard I
Wow.
had to be here for the spot today because it's somebody's birthday.
Yo.
There he is.
Wow.
What's going on?
The man.
Happy
Hey,
birthday, man.
Yeah,
Good, man.
Kyle, happy birthday. I'm gonna bounce, bud. I just
Wait.
want to make sure I made an appearance.
Are you
Yo,
still
can
in
we
the
just
hospital,
Also,
Greg?
comment the fact that Gray is in the
I don't
hospital.
die.
Oh my God.
This is just a speed bump. We'll be over it. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Kyle.
Thanks.
Oh
Bye,
man,
Greg.
thanks for showing up, Greg.
Good
Hey,
nest.
is anybody
Good luck,
on this
Greg.
call? Is anybody on this call younger than 35?
Definitely not.
you,
Kyle's the baby.
Thank you, Paul.
You're Tim. I don't think anybody was guessing that it might be Tim Cox, right? Maybe if I said
the
65.
question is anyone older than Tim Cox? And the answer would probably be
You
no.
asked a question, I wouldn't dare say that.
That's okay.
We're gonna let that hang out there in the.
Paul's out
universe
here
right
calling
now.
shots.
Unbelievable.
You thought you were coming on here for a little fun, but we're actually
I
gonna
just thought I was
roast
going to
Tim
love on
Cox.
some people, and I'm just getting shots in the face. But that's okay. I'm good with that. I had a physical
Well, listen,
yesterday. We're not even going to talk about that.
Well, listen, you all get to stay here for the close. If that wasn't a great way to end a Friday and start the
Oh,
second
man.
half of the year, I don't know what is. We got
Let's
some of our
go.
closest crew
Let's
today.
go.
We're rolling out heavy. Have a great 4th of July weekend. We'll talk to you in all things used cars.
See ya.